Scorpio, have you ever woken up in the middle of the night with that strange feeling that you shouldn't be where you are? As if your body were in a bed, a house, a city, but your soul was screaming that it doesn't belong. As if every wall around you was a silent lie, whispering that you're living someone else's life. If you're feeling a chill right now, it's because your deepest intuition has just recognized a truth you've been avoiding facing. Where you live is not where you belong. Close your eyes for a moment and feel your body in this exact place where you are right now. Feel the walls, the floor, the air around you. Something's wrong, isn't it? There's a subtle but constant dissonance between who you truly are and where you've been living. It's as if you're an exotic plant trying to survive in soil not made for its roots. You may survive, you may even appear to be doing well, but you never fully flourish because the environment doesn't nourish your true essence. Your current home is just that, current, temporary, a transit point where you're completing a necessary stage of your evolution, but not your soul's final destination. And I'm not just talking about an address, city or country. I'm talking about vibration, energy, and a deep resonance between your inner being and the space you inhabit. I'm talking about home in the most sacred sense of the word, that place where your soul breathes a sigh of relief and says, "Finally, I've arrived home." You've been feeling this lately, haven't you? This growing restlessness you can't explain. This sudden urge to pack your bags and head off to a place you don't even know yet. This feeling of waiting for something, like an actor on the wrong stage, waiting for the right one to enter. These aren't whims or fantasies. They're signals from your inner compass warning you that a major transition is approaching. Scorpio, your sign carries an ancient wisdom about death and rebirth that few truly understand. When you feel this restlessness about where you live, it's not just superficial discontent. It's your spirit preparing you for one of the most profound transformations that can happen in a person's life, the move to your soul's true home. A place where you can finally be completely yourself, without masks, without forced adaptations, without the constant feeling of pretending to fit in. The energy of your new home is already calling you, even if you don't yet know where it is. It's like a radio frequency that your soul can pick up, but your conscious mind can't yet fully tune into. That's why you've been having those strange dreams about places you've never visited, but that seem strangely familiar. That's why certain photographs of unfamiliar landscapes or houses make your heart race for no apparent reason. That's why you sometimes stand on a random street with the inexplicable certainty that you should be somewhere else. Your true home isn't just a matter of geography. It's a complete alignment between who you are and where you exist. It's a place where those around you can see your soul through your eyes, where your quirks are celebrated rather than tolerated, where your natural intensity is understood as depth, not flaw. It's a space that breathes at your own pace, that sustains your silences and amplifies your energy rather than suffocating it. For Scorpios born between October 23rd and November 2nd, this new home is connected to a relocation that will completely revolutionize your professional life and purpose. You are being called to a place where you can express your unique talents in ways never before possible. For those born between November 3rd and 12th, the change involves finding a community of souls who finally understand your deep emotional language. You will discover that there are people who not only tolerate your intensity, but who depend on it to feel complete. And for Scorpios, from November 13th to 22nd, the new home represents a return to their deepest origins, not necessarily the place where they were born, but the place where their essence feels recognized. You are being guided back home through paths that will feel simultaneously unfamiliar and familiar. The reason you feel like your current home isn't your forever home is because it truly isn't. You're in a transitional phase, a cosmic waiting station where you're being prepared for a complete upgrade in the quality of your life experience. Every frustration you feel with your current environment, every time you look around and think, "I don't belong here," every moment of longing for a place you haven't yet visited. These are all signs that your soul already knows where you're meant to be. But here's the part that might scare you. To reach your true home, you'll have to completely let go of your current home. And when I say let go, I don't just mean selling or moving. I mean releasing all the versions of yourself that were molded to fit into this place that was never truly yours. I'm talking about letting go of the person you forced yourself to be to survive in an environment that didn't nurture your true nature. You've been living like an urban shaman, trying to practice magic in a corporate office, like a deep-sea diver forced to live in a shallow pool, like a nocturnal creature convinced it should enjoy sunlight. Your new home won't just change where you sleep, it'll change who you are when you're awake. The energy of this new home is already influencing your current life. Have you noticed that certain people who were once part of your social circle have started to naturally distance themselves? That some environments you used to frequent now make you uncomfortable for no apparent reason? That activities that once brought you pleasure now seem empty and meaningless? This is no coincidence. It's your vibrational frequency adjusting in advance for what's to come. Your energetic system is already calibrating to resonate with your future home, and this is creating a growing incompatibility with your current environment. It's as if you're a tuning fork being tuned to a completely new tune, and the old music now sounds dissonant and unpleasant. This discomfort isn't a problem, it's progress. It's proof that you're evolving toward where you truly belong. Scorpio, one of the most painful things you can ever experience is that feeling of being an outsider in your own life, of looking around and wondering how you got to that place, with those people, in those circumstances that don't even remotely reflect who you feel you are inside. That feeling of living on autopilot in a reality you didn't consciously choose. But this pain served a purpose. It taught you to recognize the difference between a place where you can survive and a place where you can thrive. It taught you that there's a world of difference between adapting to an environment and finding one that naturally suits you. It prepared you to appreciate what it truly means to come home after years lost in places that were never yours. Your new home won't just be a geographic upgrade. It'll be a complete awakening for versions of yourself that were dormant. Talents you never knew you possessed will naturally emerge. Aspects of your personality that you always considered too much or too intense will be exactly what the new environment demands of you. Your emotional depth, your ability to see beyond surfaces, your ability to transform situations and people through your simple presence. All of this will finally find fertile ground to fully manifest. The change that's coming isn't just external. When you arrive at your new home, you'll realize you're not the same person who left the old one. The transition from one place to another will completely transform you. It's as if you're a butterfly still inside a cocoon, and your current home is the cocoon. You may feel cramped, that you have no room to move, that you're suffocating, but that's because you've overcome this stage and are ready to emerge in a completely new form. Your new home already exists. Somewhere in this world, there's a space waiting for you, like a tailored suit waiting for the right person to wear it. There are neighbors who don't yet know you, but who will be essential in the next phase of your life. There are experiences waiting for you that will make you wonder how you managed to live so long without them. What's most amazing is that you'll recognize this place instantly when you find it. You won't need time to get used to or adapt. It'll be like breathing after years of holding your breath. It'll be like finally relaxing muscles you didn't even know were tense. It'll be like waking up after a very long sleep and realizing that everything before was just a confusing dream. The people around you may not understand when you start talking about this upcoming change. They may think you're being dramatic, impulsive, or irresponsible, but they don't feel what you feel. They don't have access to your internal compass, which is consistently pointing in a direction they can't see. They don't understand that for some people, staying in the wrong place is a slow but steady form of self-destruction. You don't need their approval to follow your soul's calling. In fact, the resistance these people demonstrate when you talk about change is further confirmation that you're on the right path. They feel threatened because your courage to seek your true home mirrors their cowardice in remaining in places that don't serve them either. Scorpio, you've always known you were different. You've always known you needed more depth, more authenticity, more intensity than most people around you considered normal or acceptable. And for a long time, you tried to convince yourself that the problem was within you, that you should try to be more normal, more easygoing, more compatible with superficial environments. But the truth is, you don't need to shrink yourself to fit into small spaces. You need to find spaces big enough to contain your natural greatness. Places where your intensity is seen as depth, where your need for authenticity is seen as courage, where your resistance to superficiality is seen as discernment. Your new home will offer you this and much more. It will be a space where you can be the full spectrum of who you are, from your softest to your most intense, without fear of rejection or misunderstanding. It will be a place where people not only tolerate your complexity, but depend on it to feel complete in their own lives. Preparation for this change has already begun within you. Have you been dreaming more vividly lately? Have you had sudden insights into the direction your life could take? Have you felt a growing desire to let go of objects, relationships, or commitments you once considered important? These are signs that your internal system is doing the necessary cleansing to welcome the new. Your soul is already packing up what is truly essential and discarding what was merely necessary to survive in the current environment. It's as if you have two categories of things in life: essential to who I am and useful to where I am. As you get closer to moving to your true home, you'll realize you can dispense with almost everything in the second category. The process may seem daunting because it involves an almost complete deconstruction of life as you know it. But remember, Scorpio is the sign of death and rebirth. You don't just tolerate profound transformations, you need them to feel alive. Staying in the same place, in the same situations, with the same people for too long is a form of living death for someone like you. Your current home served its intended purpose. It was a cocoon, a place of preparation, a necessary station in your evolution. But cocoons are not meant to be lived in forever. They are meant to be abandoned when the creature within is ready to fly. And you're ready. You've outgrown the version of yourself that needed this specific environment to learn, grow, and develop. Now you need a space that matches the level of awareness and authenticity you've achieved. A place where you can continue to evolve rather than just exist. Your new home won't just be better than your current one. It will be incomparably different. It will operate on a completely new frequency that will activate aspects of you didn't even know existed. It will be like discovering you have muscles you've never used because you've never had the opportunity to perform the movements that activate them. When you finally get there, you'll understand why all your other attempts to feel at home have failed. Why all the other places felt almost right but never quite right. Why you always felt like something was missing, even when you seemingly had everything you needed. The difference is that all your previous places were compromises. Places where you could live, but not places where you could be. Your new home will be a perfect match between your essence and your surroundings. It'll be like finding the second half of a song you've been humming your whole life without knowing it was incomplete. The changes that precede this relocation are already moving behind the scenes in your life. Specific opportunities will arise. The right people will cross your path, offering the information or connections you need. Circumstances that seemed impossible will align almost magically. And all of this will happen not because you're forcing it, but because you're finally aligned with your true destiny. Your job now is not to control how this change will unfold, but to prepare yourself internally to receive it. This means releasing attachments that no longer make sense. It means stopping investing energy in situations that are clearly temporary. It means starting to behave like someone who knows they're just passing through, not like someone trying to put down permanent roots in soil that isn't theirs. Scorpio, one of the biggest differences between your current home and your future home will be how you feel when you wake up in the morning. Instead of that heavy feeling of having to face another day, you'll wake up with a natural energy, as if your body is being carried by the environment itself. Instead of needing to force yourself out of bed, you'll want to get up and interact with a world that finally makes sense to you. Your sleep will be more restful because you won't be expending subconscious energy trying to adapt to frequencies that don't resonate with you. Your physical health will improve because your nervous system will no longer be on constant alert trying to process an environment it doesn't recognize as safe for your true nature. Your relationships will be deeper because you'll no longer be wasting time with people who can't or won't access the levels of authenticity you need to feel truly connected. You'll discover that there are people in the world who not only understand your intensity, but who depend on it to feel complete. The coming shift isn't just a relocation, it's an activation, an initiation into a level of life you always knew was possible, but began to doubt you'd ever experience. It's the transition from a life of adaptation to a life of full expression, from an existence of survival to one of flourishing. When you're finally settled into your new home, you'll look back and see that all the restlessness, all the dissatisfaction, all the moments of quiet despair you felt in your current home were actually your soul guiding you towards something much better. They were signals from your internal GPS telling you, you're not at your final destination, keep going. You'll realize you were never hard to please, too demanding, or incompatible with the world. You were just in the wrong place, trying to thrive in soil not made for your specific roots. And now that you're moving toward the right ground, everything in your life will begin to make the deep sense it always should have. Your current home isn't your forever home because you are so much greater than any temporary space could contain. Your new home is coming because it's time for you to discover who you truly are when you have enough space to be fully yourself. And when that happens, you'll finally understand why you had to go through all the wrong places first, to recognize the right one when it appears. If you feel your soul stirring restlessly as you read these words, it's because it has recognized the truth of what's to come. Share in the comments if you also feel this dissonance between where you are and where you belong. Your courage in naming this feeling can help other Scorpios trust their own inner compass. Subscribe to the channel because the transition to your new home will bring unique challenges and opportunities that you'll need to navigate consciously. You'll need guidance on how to let go of the old without fear, how to recognize the right opportunities when they arise, and how to prepare for a completely new level of life. Your true home is waiting for you. Your soul already knows where it is. Now it's just a matter of trusting the process that will take you there.